It's Ivy Slater, and you're listening to Her Success Story podcast, a show where gutsy businesswomen share their success journey. Hi, it's Ivy, and welcome to today's episode of Her Success Story. So today it's just me. We have a content episode, and I thought as it's October, it's the fourth quarter of the year, I thought we'd talk a little bit about what strategic planning methods I use for the clients that I work with, for so many presentations that I do, and what I've been talking about probably for the last 30 to 45 days. People think immediately they go into, okay, what do we need to plan for next year? But I slow it down a little bit. I take a deep breath. Those listeners who have been following Her Success Story, I am a big fan of slowing down, taking a deep breath in and let it out and think forward. If it's closing 2025, why don't we think forward to 2030, even 2031? What do we want our lives to look like at that time? What do we want in our lives? Where do we want to be living? Are we going to be traveling? What car are we going to be driving? What is our family going to look like? Is our family growing? Are they going into college? Are we going to have grandchildren? Are we entering kindergarten? What is that going to look like in your life? And then I like to start thinking about, what am I going to do in my business in order to accomplish that? So when I look forward 5 years, I can think about a client I was recently working with. At that point, 2 kids will be out of college. It's a very different look, little different roles and responsibilities, different financial commitments, depending if you're helping your kids in college, right? So what will that look like? Will there be weddings on the horizon? Are you going to be paying for anything like preschools or after school activities or camps? What will that look like? What does it look like for you in the life that you're visioning yourself in 5 years? I sometimes think about what amazing bucket list trips I want to do in the next 5, and what would that investment be? It kind of sounds a little bit that I'm going all over the place. And what I'm doing is I'm giving myself that opportunity to dream. Napoleon Hill said a long, long time ago, a goal is a dream with a deadline. I'm giving myself the space to dream big, dream wonderfully. Think about what that's like. Think about, if I can have my life of anything, what would it be? Take some time, think it through, take a walk, take a swim, take a hike, do whatever it is that gives you the space to expand your mind. I love getting out in nature and walking. It really helps expand my mind, thinks about other things, talk things through with different people in my life. Of course, Michael, my husband, my children, my girlfriends, other trusted people in my world that I lean into for these opportunities. Once you create that, then you can start thinking about, well, what does the business need to look like? Oh, do I need a full CEO? I've never hired a CEO. Or do I need a COO? Do I have a director of operations? Who's going to handle operations? What is your role in leadership? And what has to start transitioning in the next 5? Who do we want to have in elevated roles that support us, that gives us the ability to enjoy our lives? Doesn't mean we're stepping out of the business. This doesn't mean retirement, because I certainly don't see that for myself. I love what I do. But it does mean the ability to say, gee, when I do this, or I want to do that, or my family wants to do this, I want to provide for that. Who else is on this team, and what roles do they play? They might not be there now, but that's where the vision comes in. Then we could start looking at, great, in 2026, what do we need to accomplish to make this happen? What do we want to do in our strategic financial planning? What do we want to do in our marketing and sales planning? I call marketing and sales the 2 sides of a quarter. Same identity. Don't let those departments get siloed. Make sure they're collaborating and working together. In the same way, if you're outsourcing marketing, make sure your outsourced marketing is collaborating and they know what's going on in the inside results in sales, and the sales teams know what's going on in the outside marketing, right? When we run blind, we're not working to our best selves, and we're bound to lose in some area. And lastly, what is your team strategy? right? All these areas in your business tell a story. Read those storybooks and then put it together into one big storybook. Okay. Most importantly, build a plan that has you living in joy with the work you do, with the business you lead. If we're not enjoying what we're doing, don't second guess yourself. Make the adjustments. I made the adjustments 18 years ago when I got my succession plan myself out of my printing company, saying, I'm not going to die a printer, right? It was important to me to have a path that was meaningful to me and heartfelt. And I built Slater Success. 2026 starts our 18th year in business. It's amazing to me that I've been doing what I truly love and adore for so long and how fulfilled that is. So do that little check-in with yourself, right? Does this bring me joy? What doesn't bring me joy? What can I be delegating? What can I be overseeing? Who else should be on this team? What is the long vision? And what's the short term plans to get there? I hope this content episode was helpful. I know I kind of dumped a lot on you. Please always feel free to reach out to myself, Ivy at Slater Success Coaching, slatersuccess.com. And most importantly, hit subscribe if this content episode resonated with you or has you thinking about strategic plans. Share it with somebody. Ask me some more questions. I'm always happy and there to help. See you next time.